What if I told you everything you've been told about blockchain and crypto is a lie? What if I told you Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Cardano, and all those shiny chains you hear about were never truly decentralized, but carefully engineered systems of control disguised as freedom? Because here's the truth. Most blockchains today are not people-powered. They are corporate-controlled casinos designed to extract wealth from retail, funnel it to insiders, and keep you dependent on centralized choke points. But there's one chain, Minima, that flips the script. It isn't controlled by mining pools, staking giants, venture capitalists, or cloud-hosted servers. It's designed so that you run the network on your phone, your laptop, your car, your IoT device. True decentralization, no excuses. This is the brutal truth they never wanted you to hear. Bitcoin was the pioneer, the digital gold, the promise of a money system outside banks. But peel back the curtain, and what do you see? Mining pools rule everything. 3 or 4 mining pools control over 60% of Bitcoin's hash rate. That means a handful of companies decide the fate of the network. Doesn't sound very decentralized, does it? Energy black hole, mining burns more electricity than entire nations. Meanwhile, the miners sit in cheap energy regions like Kazakhstan or Texas, consolidating even more power. Whales own the ocean. Less than 2% of wallets control over 90% of Bitcoin's supply. The so-called people's currency is in the hands of a tiny elite. Bitcoin became a playground for institutions, BlackRock ETFs, Fidelity custodians, Wall Street trading desks. Satoshi's dream hijacked by bureaucrats and bankers. Ethereum promised world computer. What did it become? A staking cartel. Proof-of-stake oligarchy. A few big validators. Lido, Coinbase, Binance control the majority of ETH staked. When you stake ETH, you're really handing over your coins to corporate custodians. Gas fees, financial slavery. Ordinary users pay 50, 100, sometimes 200 just to move tokens, while insiders front-run transactions with MEV bots, draining billions from users. Endless forks, no stability. The chain has hard-forked repeatedly. DAO bailout, proof-of-stake merge, endless EIPs. The rules are rewritten at will by the developer elite. Solana is marketed as fast, scalable, futuristic. In reality, it's the most centralized major chain in existence. Node requirements, billionaires club. To run a validator, you need massive, expensive hardware and insane internet bandwidth. Ordinary people are locked out, frequent outages. The network has gone down again and again. A blockchain that stops working like a website? That's not resilience, it's fragility. VC heavy. The token distribution was skewed from day one. Insiders, VCs, and founders scooped up most of the supply. Retail gets the scraps. Validator control. A small number of validators run the whole show. It's not censorship resistant. It's a performance demo controlled by corporate hands. Solana is speed at the cost of freedom. A Formula One car with no brakes, engineered for hype, not for true decentralization. Kronos, Cardano, and the rest. Same old playbook, Kronos. A marketing token run by a centralized exchange. If the exchange dies, so does your decentralized chain. Cardano, a cult of staking, endless roadmaps, and promises that never materialize. Power is centralized in stake pools, and governance is in the hands of insiders. Polkadot, Avalanche, Near, Aptos, different names, same scam. All of them rely on validators with massive hardware requirements, cloud hosting, and corporate control. Let's strip away the mask. Why do all these blockchains end up centralized? Why are developers and institutions fine with it? Because centralization equals control. Control means governments can pressure choke points. Control means VCs can dump on retail. Control means fees keep the insiders rich. Control means blockchains stay permissioned in practice, even if they pretend to be open. The agenda is simple. Give the illusion of freedom while keeping the same power structures intact. Bitcoin ETFs, Ethereum staking on Coinbase. These are Trojan horses to keep the system safe for banks and corporations. Now, let's contrast this with Minima. Minima is radically different. It isn't built for VCs, whales, or staking elites. It's built for everyone, everywhere. Every user, full node, no light wallets, no trustless servers. Every participant runs a full node on their phone, laptop, or IoT device. Proof of work on every transaction. Spam protection is built in. Every transaction carries its own micro proof of work, making attacks economically self-destructive. MMR, history without bloat. The Merkle mountain range keeps the chain ultra-light. Billions of transactions, but history stays compact gigabytes, not exabytes. Censorship resistance. With no mining pools or staking giants, there are no choke points to censor. Governments can't pressure validators because everyone is a validator. True decentralization. Power isn't staked, mined, or bought. It's distributed equally by design. Minima is the first blockchain that isn't owned by anyone. Not VCs, not corporations, not miners, not stakers. It belongs to the people running it. So here's the wake-up call. Bitcoin is controlled by miners, Ethereum is controlled by stakers, Solana is controlled by VCs, Kronos is controlled by exchanges, Cardano is controlled by insiders. They dress it up in white papers, roadmaps, partnerships, and hype. But the truth is simple. They're all centralized choke points waiting to be exploited. Minima is the exception. A chain so pure, so light, so censorship-resistant, it terrifies the establishment. Because if everyone runs a node, if no one can be censored, if history stays compact forever, then no one can ever own the network. This is why they'll smear it. This is why you won't see it in the headlines. This is why the corporations back every other chain, because Minima is the one they can't control. The future is coming. You can either keep believing in the lies of centralized blockchains paying fees, trusting middlemen, handing power to insiders. Or you can embrace the one system that stays true to the original dream, a blockchain of the people, by the people, for the people. That chain is Minima, the last truly decentralized protocol, the one they don't want you to know about. So ask yourself, are you ready to wake up?